We need, as a country, as individuals, to move away finally, after a century, to move away from a two-party political system. It's not serving me and my family. I'll wager it's not serving you and yours. With all that's happening now, and not just coronavirus, not just the coronavirus crisis, but more so the economic disaster that is taking shape. It's clear to me, after years of being part of the two-party system, that it just doesn't work. Let me qualify that. It doesn't work for us, normal people, people who have to go out and work to survive. It doesn't work for us, but that's because it's not set up to work for us. It's set up to work for the people that are supposed to represent us in the two major parties. It's set up for their benefit. Now, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. If you're watching this, it's a very good chance that you know this, that you're perfectly aware of this. So I'm pushing against an open door, I would assume. I'm not telling anything you don't know. Maybe you haven't really sat down and thought about it before. But in your water, you knew this, you felt it, you knew that what's happening, the work of the government, and I'm not just talking about the current government, although if there's an example of how bad it's become, I think this is it in many respects. But I'm talking about, recent Labour governments as well, of course. The Labour Party now, the Conservative Party now, they're clearly not run day to day to look after the interests of you, your families, your future, your health and well-being, and your economic survival. I'm not part of the two-party system any longer. I haven't been for quite some time. I'm an independent councillor, which means, of course, that unlike a Conservative or Labour MP or Conservative or Labour councillor, I can just simply do my job that I was elected to do and represent the people of my ward, of my area. I don't have pressure from a political party, a giant political party with many levels of political sort of superstructure above me, telling me what I have to do in the interests of the party before I think about or do anything in the interests of my constituents, residents. That's the difference. Now here in Wales, next year, as things stand at the moment, as it's looking at the moment, our Welsh Assembly elections will be going ahead in May. I have decided that I, as an independent, will put my hat in the ring, partly because partly for the same reason that I ran for the council here 3 years ago. No, 3.5 years ago. Because I'd lived here all my life. It's a deprived area. I'd grown up in the most deprived part of this part of Wales. I now have lived in and represent one of the top 10 most deprived parts of Wales, just over the train track from where I grew up. And with a lifetime of watching what seemed to appear to me to be nobody paying attention from either of the two main political parties, which were in power here the whole time that I grew up and are now. We've got a Welsh Labour AM and we've got a Conservative MP. I never saw any of them. I never saw the councillors. I never saw from either party. There's a Labour lookout here, has been for many years. Just didn't see them when me and my family needed them the most. Now I know, of course, there are many, many more families that need them more than ever, and they just don't seem to be there. So I thought I'll put up and shut up, and I got elected. So I'm hoping, if they go ahead, to run or put my hat in the ring as an independent Welsh Parliament candidate next year in May. There will be more coming up on my channel, this channel, Councillor James Ball, and on my new specific Welsh Parliament elections channel, which will be launched at the beginning of next year, maybe the end of this year, not quite sure yet. If you would like to support me, if you can support me, if you're in a position to, my links are all down below. I've got a GoFundMe page for the Welsh Parliament elections next year. Any small amount will help. Of course, with their resources, I don't expect to be able to trouble Welsh Labour or the Welsh Conservatives with my election spending, campaign spending, but I'm hoping to box clever and come up with a few strategies that are sort of a bit more aimed at the 21st century that we live in. Now 2 decades into it, rather than the sort of old-fashioned, I suppose, well-worn election campaigns that they tend to run. And I think this time more than ever, because of what's been happening politically and socially for many of us, I think this might be a good a time, or better time as any, to give it our best to try and break the stranglehold of the two-party system, here at least in Wales, where I am. So thank you for watching. Tried to keep it under 10 minutes for once, and I think I've actually done it. That's got to be a first for me. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Please comment and subscribe down below. Click the little bell for any upcoming notifications of upcoming videos from me. And take care. Really do please comment, because I do read and respond to comments from you. So look after yourselves, take care, stay safe, and I will see you next time.